That's a major victory for Simona, I can tell you, irrespective that the rumored millions of dollars that has been put in place over Ekpa's release. And of course, we are expecting that very soon. In a few days from now, where the judge is going to make an official legal pronouncement on Ekpa's case. But what we are hearing is that Ekpa has rejected a lot of things that were brought to his table to compromise his position as a political activist and a critical thinker. And of course, somebody Asurok see as someone who holds a major stake in the entire Eastern region and who can determine whether election can be held or not. But we will look at why there were floods of people who came. Many people refer them to ex-DOS, which Ekpa and his lawyer Tomini, actually disgraced in Finland court, who came to witness or testify against Ekpa without evidence. But it has backfired at this moment now because the Finnish court are in serious questionable integrity, how they managed to go about the issue of Simona. But Simona have proven to be a very undestructive and unstoppable at the moment, including what the lawyers are actually saying. He's successfully, in that open defense, defended his position and what he actually did with evidence. But if you look at, what the international law, the EU international law actually stated, if you look at it very well, most of you who have read that the EU law, governing the EU in nations, that's talking about the 27 EU nations, they have EU nations law that guides the EU nations, how cases can be predetermined, or how cases can go, or how cases can be treated by, But in Finland case, there seems to be something looks like they are trying to compromise, that law. So the international law states that political motivated attack or political, how would I put it? Let me just look at it very well. That international law states that justice should not be dependent on political pressure. Justice should not be dependent on political pressure, but by evidence before trial. If you look at what is actually playing out in Finland and how the first judgment came about, but now Ekpa has been given leave of appeal, and the international judges within the EU nations are already watching. And I'll tell you how Ekpa is going to be victorious at the end of the day, and how the issue of millions of dollars came in, and who we are actually involved, and what they intend achieving with that scandal that made Ekpa, the lawyers to start briefing the international, the European communities, on what is expected. That for now there is no evidence. There is no evidence, and the Ekpa cannot be tried based on political pressure. That's what the international law says, based on political pressure that is coming from Nigeria, that is coming from Nigerian government. So how can you now, compromise a law, based on pressure, that, for instance, now somebody is in Nigeria. I'm giving you an instance, and if anything happened in Nigeria, then you should be answerable to it. Imagine something happened in Asurok, for instance. They will just look at somebody from another place who happens to be a Nigerian, for instance, and they will hold that person responsible. The international law that guides the EU nations stated it very clearly that nobody should try anybody based on international pressure. And the pressure that is coming to Aso Rock, and even everything they tendered was based on the international Nigeria trying to pressurize the Finnish government, the Finnish court, to actually, do the needful. And at this point in time, that is where the matter is already hooked at this point in time. So the EU lawyers, are waiting to see how that judge is going to contravene the international law that states it very clearly. No one should be tried in EU nations based on political pressure, hearsay, just like in the case of Simona. And when those things, evidences were being presented, there was no direct link to Simona. Now, the question is something that has started happening in Nigeria, let me just say since 2015 or 2016 or thereabout till date. Then how does it connect to Ekpa? So these things have been happening even before Ekpa, now came into limelight. And Ekpa's coming into limelight was on resistance, based on self-determination. That was why he was very intelligent enough, because, at that point where before he was, taken to court, he has already declared the de facto president or prime minister of Biafra government in exile. So he's already representing a government that in which he has every constitutional international power, legal power, to defend, because self-determination is not a crime, not only in Nigeria, but elsewhere, around the world. Then that brings us to the issue again of what is actually going to happen at the end of the day. And if that happens, of course, Ekpa has another alternative. And what is the alternative? That is to say, if the judge do not pronounce judgment according to the law, yes, but want to pronounce judgment according to hearsay, lack of evidence and political pressure, or a kind of economic, agreement between Nigeria and Finland, and a certain law what is being invoked on Simona, then that is where they are going to see an escalation of that law. That definitely, Simona definitely is going to head to EU Human Rights Court. The EU Human Rights Court will definitely going to intervene, if it didn't go on the side of Simona at the end of the day. And that will be too dangerous, because now it will attract a lot of penalties. They will now have to pay compensations and all that. But from what we have seen so far, Ekpa seems to be cruising to, victory. And if eventually by omission or by commission, the Finnish court, Alexander Stubb, decides to compromise, then the invocation of the EU Human Rights Court and law should now take place. And if you look at that, the international law that guides the EU, Ekpa is totally free. Ekpa has no case to answer. But looking at that, Nigerian government has actually failed in that regard. What they are trying to do now, according to the rumor, what we are hearing is that, they should, they brought the idea initially that Ekpa should be held until after election, so there were proxies, that came and offered millions of, dollars, which for Ekpa to, in the case goes in favor of Ekpa, or the case goes against Ekpa at the end of the day. If it goes against Ekpa at the end of the day, there wouldn't be need. But from what the Nigerian government is seeing now, Ekpa is sure of victory. And in that now, they are trying to bring in conditions which has failed already. They are offering millions of dollars, because they know that Ekpa's release or freedom will put a very big, obstacle on the election process, especially now that Tinubu is actually desperate to continue from 2027 to win election in the eastern part of the country, and they are saying that, okay, we'll offer you this and you keep quiet until after election, please, so that we'll be able to, get our side of preparation, election processes, and of course, election proper itself. And if, they knew very well that if Ekpa is released, there will be said too much. You can see that Ekpa has become a force. Today is popular among European nations. Is popular around the world. The media are commenting. Everybody is talking about his victorious outing during his defense, which he did successfully. Even with certain people who are believed to be from ex-DOS sacked by Mazen Namdekan, also, it came in disguise that to present themselves as witnesses that he did this, he did that, he did that. All these things that have been tendered, and has gone through processes of the prosecution, and it was discovered that nothing of this connected to him, directly. And by the position of Simonekpa as the de facto president of the Prime Minister of Biafran government in exile, he has every right to defend his office. He has every right to defend, which is also guaranteed in the EU international law, and of course, as a charter in the United Nations, based on self-defense and of course self-determination. That is the good news there anyway. But let me just tell you what's likely going to happen if it goes that way. The federal government are offering a deal, that he should step down his public appearance and of course allow election to take place, because with this trial and Ekpa's release, I tell you, he's going to generate millions and millions of followers. Well, I'm talking about 100 million Biafrans all over the world, both within and outside. So that victory will put his image and his personality at that level of global status, internationally. He has become an that means he conquered Nigeria outside Africa, and making him the only black man in the history of the world to have gone to courts on the terms of self determination. So now the deal, of course, we're hearing that Ekpa actually rejected it, and threw it away, which has continued to, give those people there in Aso Rock a lot of headache. Not only that, we also have the issue of the federal government, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, facing a serious international scrutiny, and his image has been put under serious background check over his alleged drug trafficking deal in United States of America. And after he begged the Department of Justice, United States Department of Justice, to give him more time, we just came up again, and the FBI is saying that releasing his papers will be too sensitive to humanity, to hear. It will be a threat. It will be something that shouldn't be put in the public. And the question is that, we have the William Epstein file, that was actually released. We have Escobar, we have so many files, that were actually released. Then why is FBI coming to tell the whole world that releasing Bola Ahmed Tinubu's file, is going to be a very dangerous thing to do, that it will, endanger human lives. It is too sensitive. Then the question is that, what is it that Bola Ahmed Tinubu has actually committed that one made American FBI to want to conduct the trial, they have to look at the file first. And they have seen it that is quite sensitive, according to what they said. But of course, the court will determine that at the end of the day. But the FBI is pleading that the court should allow this issue to be done secretly. Well, it depends on what the U.S. government is trying to do at the end of the day. But what we are hearing is that there might be some level of compromise again. The guy is a master in lobbying. You know what I mean? And that the question around the world now is: has FBI and DEA compromised? That's the question. Everybody is asking at the point. Or has Bola Ahmed Tinubu has able to pocket the entire FBI, pocket the EIA, also trying to, go as far as, or is he trying to negotiate at the end of the day, because he cannot be fighting these two battles and expect to win any election in Biafra land. Then secondly is the issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Simonekpa, how he is going to handle that. And considering the fact that these great Igbo men of resistance, they are the head of resistance forces, against the Islamization agenda and the Nigerian government, who are bent on making sure that Nigeria goes towards a route that has to do with Islamization, which is what is the panic there. Biafran agitation is a welcome one, and everybody is gathering momentum, and people are celebrating the presence of Biafran government all over the world today. How would he be able to cope with Simonekpa in the public, and of course Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, already there's pressure there over his release. How is he going to cope with that? And of course, election at the end of the day. And nobody should listen to all these Eastern governors anymore, or senators anymore. The battle for the release of Simonekpa and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to come from the international force at the end of the day. Just take this word to the bank. But we are expecting to give you more update on Simonekpa, as the Finland court prepare for final pronouncement of judgment.